Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2. When the world stopped making sense. Hey, I got it right today. It took me a second. We are playing as, of course, the wonderful Emperor Julius Augustus of the Western Roman Empire. Soon to be dead Augustus of the Western Roman Empire. He's 73 years old. How the hell is he still alive? I don't know. Great question. He's a fan of the sweetest meat, man itself. Now, we had an issue last episode, that being that our pretty decent son, Julius Biggus Diccus, died of a heart attack at the grand old age of 22. He was in his old age relative to the Dark Ages, I suppose, so we can't really, blame him too much for that. Prince Neopotanius is our current heir, a consumption-ridden, secluded, useless child. I'll be honest, I think the Empire's in a little bit of trouble, based on the fact that we don't really have a good heir. Now, we have a backup son as well, Prince Romanus of the Western Roman Empire, but is the plague gone yet? No, the plague is still here. So, whilst they're secluded, their ability to learn is massively hindered. Obviously, they get that -5 diplomacy just before being in seclusion, but it also affects the way that they're educated as well. Now, we are in the middle of something pretty significant, that being the goddamn bubonic plague there. So, I mean, what do we do, really? Honestly, this is a roll of the dice. We're just relying on the game to give us at least a half-decent heir out the kindness of its heart, because I mean, I don't really know what else to suggest at this point. We can't really educate him very well. We can't rely on having any more children. I mean, he's 73 years old. We've had another son, though. Prince Seal the Gatius. Fucking hell, I called him Seal the Gatius. Oh, Lord. Of the Western Roman Empire there. Again, we're not going to have another good heir because we're not going to get a chance to educate it before we die. So, this is basically all our eggs in the Neopotanius/Romanius basket there. We've got a wife educating them who is diligent, temperate, ambitious, just, so a very good character to be educating them. This could be an issue, but we'll ride out the plague, we'll see how it goes, and maybe the Empire will have a new dawn under Neopotanius there. So what I realised is when we were on stream playing Geheimnis Nacht, I disabled a lot of the base game alerts, one of those being 4 titles can be created, or specifically the title can be created alert. So actually we've got a lot of kingdoms we can make there. I'm going to make the kingdom of Italia for us to hold, because that seems the most sensible thing to do. We could make the other titles, but obviously we'll have to give them away immediately, and our vassals will demand them. Until we've Hellenicized the realm, until we've very much got authority over the Roman Empire, and we're not going to have to worry about succession crisis. I don't particularly want 3 rival kings, very powerful kings that could band together and overthrow us. Even with the Legio Italica, Praetorian Guard, the Hellenic Guard, or whatever the hell they're called, we could have ourselves an issue with that. So, I think until, like I said, we've reorganized things, those are going to stay there. What we can do, though, is we can start taking back our holdings in Rome, because I believe our treaty has ended, has it not? Oh, we've got to wait another 3 months. Okay, we'll dive through these 3 months very, very quickly. We're still sacrificing to the gods there, and we got a blessing from that. We got the blessing of... oh, we just performed sacrifice, I see. Okay, that's not too bad. It lasts another 3 years, gives us martial and diplomacy. That's pretty good. The Second Council of Constantinople. The Patriarchs of the East have voted that the 3 chapters shall be condemned, and that Christ had one energy and will. Oh, do we get to say anything about that? I mean, I suppose it's not really relevant to us, is it, seeing as we're Hellenic? Is there even a patriarch in Rome anymore? Let me find out. We've completely destroyed the bishop in Rome there, which is going to make us a pretty big target for, I think, the Eastern Roman Empire. Not only the fact that we are religious enemies, but because we have removed one of those sort of 5 seats of power for their religion as well. That might cause us some issues, seeing as they definitely dwarf us in troop count. Although the plague will keep us on an equal playing field for a while there, or at least it will decimate what they've got. Well, completely destroy what they've got. So we don't have to worry about them for a while, but again, it is something we'll have to worry about in the future there a little bit. So we probably want to keep expanding as fast as possible. And again, let's retake Rome before we do anything else. Though the Pope has agreed to the demands of the East, many Western priests have decreed that the council is heretical. Now they have cut communication with both Rome and Constantinople. Okay then, the Aquilian Schism. I mean, does that bother us too much? I mean, it's not really our problem at all, is it? Who is this guy? Bishop of Aquila? Oh, he actually has land? He's landed in Aquila? Oh, he is. Wow. Maybe he just spawned there then, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't there before. That guy might not be around for much longer, so I imagine we'll inherit this province back. Now, who's he under? He's under Histria, which are the sort of Venetian province. We could do with him not being there, ideally, because that could be quite dangerous, especially if there are events centered around it too. Okay, I'm going to make a note of you, by which I mean you're going on the kill list. As a great sacrifice continues, as part of today's ritual, you begin singing hymns to the deities. Any that generally give us health wouldn't be a bad idea. You know what? I'm actually going to go for this one here and try and get blessed with peace for another year. Giving us general opinion +5 and local revolt risk -10%. That would be quite nice if we could get that. We didn't. Okay, fair enough. Oh, never mind. It's over. The Patriarch of Aquila has decided to accept the decrees. Although, we do know that he exists and holds land in our province there, so I will be taking that back off in some stage as well. So we've only got to kill another month here. And then we can actually try and grab back our Rome holdings. Now, some of you said that I misread it, and that's a good point. I probably did. I misread what the event said, and I just had to control all the holdings in Latium, and I was probably just missing one. But doing it this method is fine anyway, because we did want to take those provinces for ourselves, our holdings for ourselves, I should say. Seeing as they're city-level holdings, we can hold them. So, I mean, that was a confusing sentence. The only one we're not going to be able to hold is obviously the temple, but we could just hold it temporarily so that we fulfill that need to become the Pontificate Maxima there. While visiting a local town, my entourage and I passed by a large statue of Priapus, the god of fertility. Like most statues of the gods, he is depicted with an oversized, exaggerated member. God, it's like being in my Twitch chat. Everyone is supposed to touch it in order to call for the god's blessings. If anyone angers Priapus, it's said that he would threaten to sexually assault them. Shall we get sexually assaulted by Priapus? Which will give us sexual appeal minus 30, fertility minus 30%. You know what? I'm going to touch its phallus and move on with my life. Did we just gain the trait phallus? Did that genuinely just say that? Oh, Priapus. Right, got it. The ancient Latins and Hellenes looked down on those with large phalluses, except when it came to Priapus. Wow. You know what? Let's move on. Let's ignore that and move on. I'm sorry, sexist, I don't think you really stand a chance here, my friend, with your 364 troops. Right, let's start growing back our Roman holdings. We might as well declare simultaneous war here, seeing it's only 800, 900 troops in total. Don't think we're going to lose it, I'll be honest with you. We'll raise our personal domain troops. We might as well just go ahead and raise the Holy Order as well there, because I imagine they're Catholic. I should probably double check that, though, before we send potentially these guys to go and attack fellow Hellenic faith. No, they are Catholic. Have they got a unique... No, it's just the generic sort of Holy Order model there. I thought there was something unique, and I was, like, pretty excited about that, because okay, not necessarily excited about it. That might be overstating it a little bit, but it's kind of rare for mod makers to do that. It's pretty nice attention to detail. Like Geheimnisnat does it. For all the things Geheimnisnat does wrong, that's the one thing they've done right, is steal models from a different game to add them to their mod. Okay, that's Siege of Tibur done. I will take back that city if you don't mind. Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and finish off this one as well. All we've got to do is just basically sit here and wait for it to disappear. I'm not going to sort it down or anything like that. You have to worry about the plague a little bit, so I don't really want these troops raised for too long. So we'll go ahead and put those guys down now. Alright, well that's most of the holdings back in Rome. 15 out of 15 domain size. That's pretty nice. You know what? Having all of the provinces in Rome itself is going to be very, very powerful, especially when we get good council members. You know, increasing the retinue size, or the levy size, I should say, of Rome. They're collecting taxes from, of course, the whole of Rome, plus 40% to everyone in this province. And, of course, there's no vassal below us as well, so we're taking the whole share of that. That's going to be very powerful for us. Now, what have we got left? Sutri, which I think is... Oh, we're actually not at peace with either. Okay. Thought we were still in a truce with these guys because we let them go later on, but I guess not. We don't really need this many troops. They're not going to be able to raise troops anyway because we're already on top of the province. So if they raise troops, they come in at half morale and die. Oh shit, we're the leader of the Hermetic Society. Even though we've only got... We were like, what? We were an initiate with 291 esoteric knowledge? That's insane. My god, we might actually be able to write the Magnum Opus. So, the best trait to go for writing the Magnum Opus is the astrology and the study of the stars. So definitely take the scholar trait. So that's very, very good. That gives us the learning trait. It also gives us bonuses to, obviously, writing our Magnum Opus as well. The issue is we've got to wait some time. We need 500 esoteric knowledge before we can write our Magnum Opus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. We might just be able to finish it before we die, and that would be incredible. I didn't really expect that to happen. I was just doing it for the sort of bonuses we got here and there, but that is very, very good. Pick an ambition. Let's go for, then. I mean, find love? What's going to give us the best bonus if we succeed in it? That gives us +1 diplomacy permanently, so absolutely we're going to do that. What do we need to do then? We just need to have a friend with the trait monk or nun. To do that's kind of difficult, actually. I'd probably instead take the carousing focus if I wanted to do that. But seeing as we're writing a Magnum Opus, the higher amount of learning we have, the more influence it has over the quality of the Magnum Opus, so we can get quality 4 Magnum Opuses with more learning. And, while we're locked away, can we build ourselves the observatory and go through that event chain? Why do those keep unticking themselves from special interest? We can't really do anything, actually, while we're waiting for this damn plague. Oh, shit. Wow, okay. There are many ways to reveal how one... Wow. There are many ways in how one may reveal the secrets behind the movement of stars and celestial bodies. I could set up the needed equipment to study them myself. Alternatively, I could look at the existing research for authors and researchers. You know what? I didn't actually know this was an event in game. Is this one added? This must be added by VX. I've never seen this event before, and I've done the Hermetic Society, you know, to completion 100 times, at least. So we'll gain 1 learning and 17% chance of getting trait Shrewd. Hey, I'll take Shrewd if we can get it. That would be incredible. We didn't, but we did actually gain the 1 learning, so I'm fine with that as well. There is our final city holding in Rome. Then we've just got to worry about the temple now. We could probably just offer them vassalization, seeing as they are our, you know, the same culture, the same religion, we're their de jure liege anyway. Let me just double check that it is, all provinces in the top of the province of Latium are controlled. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's my mistake. I thought it was, we had to control them personally, not that they are under our control. Understandable. Okay, that's very easy then. We must have just been missing one under Latium that was still, you know, probably under, the Christian faith. So, let's offer this nice guy vassalization. He'll probably say yes if he knows what's good for him. The book composed. Hey, we finished our book. Decent cookbook. Okay, that's not good, to be honest with you. That's one of the worst books you can write. Gives 0.5 monthly wealth. Not bad just for sitting around, but obviously for us earning normally about 50 gold per month, that's really nothing, is it? I would have preferred How to Build a Well, which is the best stewardship book. What that book does for you is give you plus 20% build time. You have searched Roma from top to bottom and have come to the realization that there are no more pickled boar's heads. Not only that, but the other food stocks are nearing exhaustion. Your servant really should have mentioned that. I mean, I would probably not want to annoy him, telling him there's no more food, given that he is a cannibal. That seems like a pretty poor idea. Although we aren't gluttonous anymore, so we don't have to force ourselves to eat people, which would be pretty nice, because I think we've actually lost the original, you know, crazed cannibal modifier there. We've only got the cannibal trait, which is obviously not great, but it's better than having the modifier, which gives us minus 25 opinion with people. Unaware of others hearing them, Tacticus and Princess thrown to the sea of the Western Roman Empire have been sneaking around the premises to have intimate encounters. Do you seem amused by their indiscretion? Tacticus breaks up with thrown to the sea. Let's throw him into the sea. Get out. Right. Throw this man in prison. How do we... Oh, we can't? Really? I mean, he snuck into the Emperor of Rome's household and fucked his daughter, and we can't chuck him in prison. Understandable. A daughter was born to Crassus Decius and Princess thrown to the sea... Wait, what? What is she doing? One of your prisoners, an insignificant elderly peasant, was starving and frail due to advanced age and the conditions of his confinement. But his young daughter snuck into the prison every night, breastfeeding him so he could survive. Understandable. For such a display of pietas, filial duty, many in your court say that the father should be given a pardon. The gods would be proud. Okay. Well then. What do we want to do then? We can gain 40 piety. So basically it's a choice of piety or prestige, I assume. Yeah, more or less. I'll take some piety, I guess. Why not? Gain 40 piety, or we're quite close to 5,000 prestige, but I suppose we'll get that in no time because we're an emperor. Sure, let's go with that one then. Why not? A daughter was born to Julius Augustus and Augustus Vigilantia, named Domina. Domina Biggus Diccus. We are going to call you daughter. Let me think of a good name. In honor of the plague that's killing our citizens and my vassals, I'm going to name her Plagius. Because very few people have actually heard the story of Plagius Biggus Diccus. The plague is receding. It's finally over. We can almost begin playing the game again. The ancient Latins regarded the ancient hero Ulysses as nothing more than a coward who manipulated and deceived those around him. The ancient Hellenes, on the other hand, knew him as Odysseus, believing that his cunning was an admirable trait, showing his resourcefulness and wisdom. The Latins are right. Ulysses is a chicken-hearted liar. Or we gain prestige, or we say, who cares, he's long dead, giving us cynical, or potentially giving us cynical there. Prestige or piety? I will take the piety, seeing as we've got less piety than prestige right now. Oh my god, we can almost carry on playing Crusader Kings 2. What a day this is. Finally, the plague is gone. How's our son doing? We can finally actually educate him as well. I genuinely thought we were just going to die in seclusion there. He got haughty. Oh, he got haughty. Neopotanius, what the fuck is wrong with you? Minor food shortage? Okay. Oh, great. We can open the gates and let in the frigging camp fever. What's with the rules in this game? What did I set it to? Default? Default. A son was born named Annius. No, terrible name. We're going to call you the Emperor's new son, significantly Biggus Diccus of the Western Roman Empire. Empire. It's time to get a good night's sleep, but I'm tormented by the horrible recurring nightmares of our people. We can gain... Oh, this is incredible. So because we've got the stubborn trait, we're actually getting away with missing out on the abandon the commoners trait. So if we go for this one, we get abandon the commoners, giving general opinion minus 10. I just want to survive this, gain the trait stressed, and there's also a chance of still getting it. Or we can say, there's nothing we can do for them, gain the trait stubborn, and completely avoid it. Thank God for the stubborn trait. 25% chance of getting the trait charitable in exchange for 2 gold. Sure, I'll do that. Nice, that's pretty good. It's going to make people like us a little bit more. Diplomacy plus 3. got a good charitable words. Church opinion +5, same trait opinion +5 as well. That's pretty good. Alright, we can actually start setting up the realm again. So giving out minor titles, setting up more permanent chancellors, you know, sorting out the realm as well. Because we know people aren't going to drop dead instantly from doing it. Now, why are we not liked? What have I done wrong, realm? We've got dangerous factions 2. Air educated with foreign culture, wants a seat on the council, green versus blue, infidus, envious infidel, or infidus as we like to call it in Rome. Cannibal, understandable. What about you then? Air educated with foreign culture, -20. They really don't like that my wife is educating my son. We are diligent and charitable. So, if that's what's causing us so many issues, I might actually educate myself, just based on the fact that, we're not bad. Like, we're genuinely not bad in terms of character traits, so we will educate him ourselves. Emperor Julius Augustus, Biggus Diccus, will educate Neopotanius Biggus Diccus and train him in the ways of the Biggus Diccus dynasty. Now, that should keep our vassals on side a little bit more, I hope. Let's just take a look. Hey, that's not bad. Okay, you know what? We've only got, what's that, 4 dukes that actually dislike us. Why don't you like me? That's a suspiciously Germanic-looking name. Foreigner, understandable. Do you want some gold? There we go, shut up. Wait, the prefect of the Praetorian Guard? And he's Germanic? Guard veteran? Is this like... Sorry, Alexa, Google Varangian Guard for me. What is this? Okay, that's fine. What else have we got? Lucatos Gloriotos. You may have some gold, my friend, for Gloriotos. Sedulus Vicatrix. Sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Okay, we're done. We're good. That's all the vassals that like us. So if we drop down dead again, we're fine. I say again, if we drop down dead, the vassals aren't going to hate us. Oh, I probably should have phrased that. What have we got to do? We can open the gates. Nope, not even a little. Perform a great sacrifice to the gods. That seems appropriate right now because we're going to need their help. This horrible creature has come back to my court. Princess Petronella, my beautiful daughter. How good it is to have you home. Now, if you don't mind, I would like you to leave my court forever. My good friend, King of Tolosa, what about your son? Arranged betrothal to this horrible demon. What, sorry? I don't think that's right. Oh, was I signing Guardian? Okay, that's fine. Whew, bit worried then. Oh, infidels? Right. Of course, they're Christian. Great. Proceed with the ceremony. Excellent. People are willing to get rid of the horrible beast demon from my court. Get out. Okay, let's open the gate, seeing as, you know, it's only next door. I don't think we're at any risk then, really. Awesome. Ready? We can go back to regular best boy map. Recruit court physician. That seems appropriate at this point in time. Let's do that. May there be peace between heaven and earth. I agree. Did we get a blessing from that sacrifice? We did. General opinion +5. Awesome. So as long as all our vassals like us, I'm quite happy to drop down dead right now, to be honest with you. I will recruit this pilgrim. Who is he? Julius Caesar. What an incredible man. Renowned physician. Mystic. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous, but we should be okay. 16 learning. A Hellenic Roman named Julius Caesar. I've never heard anything greater in my life. Welcome, my friend. Right, let me go give out minor titles, then we can actually get on with the game. My wife is pregnant again. I'm sure this will cause no issues in the future when we've got about 12 pretenders to the goddamn empire. Although, fortunately, only 3 of them are sons right now, so we're doing okay. Not too bad there. Reports have reached us that traders and travelers are being harassed by raiders in Rome. I'll let them continue if they share the loot. Huh. We gain the trait arbitrary. Okay, maybe not then. We will send our marshal to hunt them down and kill them dead, hopefully. Nice. Excellent. Oh, he gains 100 prestige and caravan raiders removed from Rome there. Sweet. Okay, then. Wow. We've done pretty well then, I think, seeing as we've been in seclusion for quite a while. Obviously, we've got back all of the holdings in Rome there. The Temple of Rome, we've technically also got back as well. What else do we need for the Pontifex Maxima? I'm not going to reform it with this character, as I said. We'll do it with the next character. All we need is a religious moral authority of 50%. Right, okay. So all the Hellenic holy sites, I'm going to assume, or at least most of them are going to be in Greece, which is pretty much off the table in terms of wars there. Can we Holy War? We can Imperial Reconquest, which will not give us any moral authority. Now, Conquest do, but it's only 1%. It's basically the only method we can do it as well, you know, short of being able to declare proper holy wars, which we obviously can't do because we're not a reformed religion or anything like that. So that will do as our next character. He will be the pious reformer of the faith. This guy restored the Western Roman Empire, at least brought it back to power. The next guy will reform the faith. The guy after that, let's actually form the Roman Empire, not just the Western Empire. How about that? And the final thing for Emperor Julius Augustus to do is write his magnum opus, I think. He's got 23 learning. You know, he started with very, very little. He's lived a very long life. You know, almost 80 years. He survived a plague. He survived camp fever. He survived everything. Or, not necessarily survived it, but outlived it. The magnum opus is going to be great. I can see it before it's happened. Monty Prestige, 0.5. Is he going to live long enough to write? If he drops down dead now, I'm going to be very, very annoyed, game. Don't do this to me. This guy wants to marry my... Oh, God, she came back. Get rid of her. Ooh, that was dangerous. Oh, it was a betrothal. Okay, understandable. 30% chance of getting the trait ill. That will actually kill him at this stage. I haven't been feeling well lately, probably due to my poor health. My stomach especially has been feeling uneasy. My physician recommended I eat some hard track daily for a few weeks, instead of bread, to alleviate my problems. 30% chance of getting the trait ill. My God, which one gives us... Okay, lose 5 gold for a 15% chance of not getting trait ill. I'll take it. Oh, God, this could actually kill him dead. He's 78. He doesn't need to be ill right now. We need to switch back to a focus then, unfortunately, which will give us some health. Hunting will be the best one for it, because obviously the hunting dog. Unless we already have the hunting dog. I think we did get it, didn't we? Maybe not. Trying for a child? I feel like this is inappropriate at this point. What do we want to write? Theurgy, astrology, or alchemy? So Universal Panacea is pretty good if you want long-lived characters. We've also got, under this list, the ability to, what is it? Alchemy, I think is the other one. Oh, God. Wow. Okay. Why not, game? Matters of life and death. With age comes wisdom, they say, or at least it may change the question we ask. You mutter to yourself. You've had trouble sleeping lately, more often than not, while the rest of your court is each day closer to leaving this plane of existence. It's folly to fear such things, of course, yet you cannot keep these feelings at bay. Didn't you... I can't believe this is happening. Didn't you used to dream of grander things? What about carving your own path? What happened to your ambitions? You sit up straight in bed. This is ridiculous. You are the ruler. You have people ready to serve you at any whim. Perhaps your chancellors have ideas, if nothing else. It might ease your trouble sleeping. Summon the council. This is the Eternal Life event. My God. Well, no pressure, but we pretty much can't fail this one, eh? Julius Caesar, I wanted to hit the books, so the skill of the Chancellor determines how successful they'll be. In theory, we should go with Proconsul Lucatus, but our own learning skill is the highest, much higher than our diplomacy skill, so we would have more success, assuming Julius Caesar succeeds in the event overall. Either way, it's a gamble. What do we think? I'm going to go for... Let's at least try and succeed as per each step, because this event has a high chance of failing anyway, so we might as well give ourselves the best chance to start off the bat. Send my trusted proconsul, Lucatus, and we can always work on increasing our diplomacy as the game goes on, so flipping over to, say, family, or carousing, probably more likely there. We'll also try and get cheery, try and get, you know, things along those lines to increase diplomacy there. Anastasius, that's a great name, I couldn't think of anything better, except I definitely can. We're 79, we're writing a magnum opus. Are we going to survive to become an immortal emperor? That would be insanely, insanely good. Being a cannibal for the rest of the campaign. Maybe not, though, but this guy is so good. Universal Panacea or Transmutation. So Transmutation, I called it Alchemy earlier, but that is the one that, that is the one that allows you to turn, as it says, metals into gold, gives you stewardship bonuses, that type of thing. Universal Panacea gives you health, as it says there, cure all diseases and allow eternal life, which might be the most appropriate. So we're going to go with this one. Hang on, say that. If we're going to become immortal anyway, should I put all my eggs in the immortal basket? Fuck it. We're going to become immortal. I've decided. I've decided right here and now as Emperor, we're going to become immortal. So let's not worry about that. Let's go for the stewardship bonus. It's probably the best one anyway. Now, how can we write multiple magnum opuses? I think it actually adds a character flag when you write a magnum opus to prevent you writing too many. Okay, then. As per your orders, your Magister Officiorium Proconsul Lucatus has been corresponding with all the important scholarly nobles of the known world. Some have been intrigued by the inquiries put forward, others have been skeptical, while some have been outright dismissive. Lucatus informs you that one contact in particular is worried about the repercussions if it became known you have been entertaining these borderline heretical ideas. You can't quit now, make sure this gift reaches your contact. We're going to lose 400 gold, which is quite significant. That's almost half our treasury wiped out there. But we have a higher chance of actually getting the mystic to our court then, to teach us about the ways of eternal life. We've written our magnum opus. Holy shit, that took no time whatsoever. Some magnum opus, eh? What quality? Quality 3. Hey, that's not bad. Not the best, but very, very good. Martial +1, stewardship +1, learning +1. Pretty good all round, I think. We've got everything going on. We might as well see it through and, you know, keep working on everything else as well. I face a daunting task of researching and writing an entire theorem paper to be reviewed by my peers. I will ask for help for those around me. That gives us a little bit of extra bonuses towards it there. I've called upon my apprentice, Priest Romanus, to help me. We will go into the forest and hunt, and we will go and have a grand debate in the Hermetic Society, and hopefully we can win it and get ourselves some learning as well. Damn, this is insane. We've got so much happening right now. To the Mages Julius, Master, I feel we're both held back by lack of a proper office for alchemy. Guess who's got a guide written up for this event? Yeah, that's right. It's me. It's me, I'm sad like that. Okay, let's construct a lab then. We don't really have enough cash to do so, but we can do it right now. For science. So, for this event, you need to hit 21 points as I recall. You get 1 point for actually making the lab. Then you also get points depending on what you invest in. Now, you have to be careful because there's also ambition points that you will spend as you pick particular events. So it's all about getting the balance right. And there's lots of inside baseball in this event, but I've got a whole guide written up in the Discord if you guys are interested in that. So what we say, you would think this one will be the best, or sometimes you get the option to build an island compound. We want to say, let's build an efficient and accessible office for research. That gives you the most points out of all of them, surprisingly enough. I always thought that the island would be the best one, but that actually just gives you more defense against plots against you, or missions against you, I should say, when people break into your lab. Let the debate commence. I hear the voice of Bishop Bortros before I enter the room. Satrap Babak, you clearly know nothing of the laws of the stars. Why are we having this conversation? Who do we want to back here, then? I'm going to assume the Duke, maybe? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I should just pretend I wasn't there. It doesn't matter that much, does it? In order to properly heat and transform metals and other substances, I require furnaces. We will aim higher than any of those who have come before me. Definitely that one. It's going to cost us the most gold. We need to make sure we've also got enough gold for this event to succeed, because we won't even get the options if we don't have enough there. Only the best will be good enough for another 20 gold there. And every now and again, you pay homage to your family's Lares, the local guardian deities who have protected your identity since time immemorial. Okay, let's go for another blessing. We didn't get anything that time, unfortunately. The sweetest of all sounds is praise. Holy shit, we won the grand debate. We got 100 gold, 300 prestige, and 200 esoteric knowledge as well. A most successful event. All members of the society gained +5 opinion of us as well, which is obviously incredible. This guy, honestly, when we started, Julius Nepos, he was but a man. And now, he's still a man, but he's a better man. And I think that's all that matters. I mean, he also likes to eat man. The ignorant laboratory to the ignorant, comma, laboratory equipment can appear both frightening and alien. We must try to accommodate them. Or, why listen to the rabble? Wireless to rabble costs yourself 50 prestige, but you also obviously gain more points doing that way because you're not compromising your lab at all. Send out the paper at once. I feel like we'll be alright with our 24 learning there. My librarian shall not rest until they have such a collection. Basically, anything that costs you something is the best option to go for this event. This guy thinks our paper is good. Oh god, we're going to get the trait ill. Oh, that was lucky. Oh, Julius, my boy. The esteemed Majors Julius, having spent ample time considering your paper, thank you, yes. I imagine all 5 are going to say yes just because of our high learning. The fact that everybody also likes us as well because of the grand debate. There we go. We've done it. And we need to import the tools we need for another 20 gold. And if we've got cash left over, I'll also go through the Smith event and how to get the best one out of that as well. The best outcome for that event. It was only buy the most expensive durable glass. Now, depending on how lucky we get, there is also a chance of us not quite getting the maximum best of the best lab, because you have to fulfill all the points to actually get that one. If not, we'll just get, like, state-of-the-art lab or whatever, which is the second best one. That relies on some of our ingredients rotting, and us building... Yeah, we didn't get it. That relies on some of our ingredients rotting and us having to build proper storage for them for 100 gold. Fortunately, we just didn't get the event, and we do have ingredients that can rot there as well, so it was just a case of luck there, unfortunately. So above, so below, gain 30 economic tech points. That's pretty good. State-of-the-art lab, learning +2, monthly prestige point 0.1, and 200 esoteric knowledge as well. What can we spend that on, really? Not a lot. We can brew the potion of pneumonia if we ever get depressed or stressed, but besides that, it's not really going to do anything for us right now in terms of the economic knowledge, that is. The Mystic appears. Your Magister Officiorium Lucatus is beaming. You know how Count Cadwal can be. I had to make sure that his son, we mentioned it first, and it was easy to make him seem his idea in the first place. And while I won't bore you with all the details, he says, "Oh, Master, I think you should invite her here. Let's hear this woman out." Courtier named Idun appears in the court of us. Idun, the youthful, will you guide our glorious Julius Nepos Augustus Biggus Diccus to eternal life? I hope so, because he's a very, very good character. Or at least, he's not a very, very good character, but, you know, he's a character I'm kind of attached to at this stage. So, that will solve our air problem as well. Thank you for watching. Next episode, we become immortal, whether or not you like it. Shout out to Big Dick Timmy, Sean Thornton, Zachary Harris, Harik, Lucas Holting, Haydog, Crosis, Gabriel Vanders, Josh Lundeen Tesla, Michael Mullen, Logan Thornton, Conspiracy, James Ogilvie, Escape, and Jackson Widman for supporting at a ridiculous level on Patreon. And of course, everybody else is also backed over there for keeping the channel alive. Nathaniel Limburg, Brandon Matoniak, Necrophilan, Felix Deal, Princess, Ugly the Dragon, Nick, Noblesse, Quet Larchley, Zarevin, Facundo Vasquez, Paul Master, Imperator Augustus, Jack Allen, Chancellor Stu Palpatine, I'm the Lizard King, Llewellyn Thomas, Joran DeVries, Euphrates, Tom Coney 7, Jordan Campbell, Asoro Sidini. If you guys want your provinces and houses in-game patrons, let me know. Go and look at the tiers list, send me a message on Discord, send me a message somewhere, and I will add those next episode. I was going to do it this episode, but obviously the plague sort of made it a bit pointless. I didn't want you guys to drop down dead immediately. So get in touch, and I will sort that out for you. Thank you. See you next time.